Hi, everybody. It's the Me and My Boyfriend Nicole podcast. I'm Aurora.
And I'm the boyfriend, Nicole.
Yay!
Yay!
And what are we talking about today, Nicole?
Crash and burn? What was it?
How we all crash and burn. No, I was talking to Nicole about asking yourself, what's that one thing that I do to escape the world? Or used to do to escape the world? And I realized I thought it was helping me. It was a positive thing in my life, but really, it was destroying my life.
From within.
From within.
Yes.
And not necessarily a healthy coping skill.
As she wraps herself up in a blanket.
I know, right? As I'm like, hey, I don't think I want to talk about this. That seems a little personal to me.
Do go on with your therapy session. Let's have it out.
Hey, everything would be better with a big, nice, warm, fluffy blanket.
I can't say anything. I got my nice yellow fluffy blanket wrapped around me. I'm like, oh God, what are we going to bring up that I'm not ready to deal with? But let's do it. Let's rip the Band-Aid off and do it.
Well, anybody that knows me in real life will notice every once in a while, I'll just put my shirt, I'm doing it now. This probably fucked up the sound, but I don't care. I put my shirt above my nose, and, like, that is, like, my little, like...
escapism thing.
Yeah, it's, like, it's just, like, a comfort thing.
It is. That's when she doesn't want to talk about something, or something got too deep, or personal, whatever. She's like, woohoo, let me escape.
Going inside my little hidey hole for a minute.
Cocoon, yes.
I still talk, but it's, like, a comfort thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, you can't see me.
You can't see me.
So what would be something that you've done to escape, or that you thought was a good idea that hasn't been?
Two things come to mind when I think about this. And I've kind of talked about one of them for sure on the podcast. I may not have talked about the other thing. The first thing was dating apps. When I was unemployed.
I know not what you speak of.
I thought, I was like, oh, I want a relationship. You know, I'm looking for, the love of my life, blah, 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 blah. No, really, Aurora was looking for somewhere else to put her energy, and that is where she decided she wanted to put it. Mm-hmm. And it looked all well and good on the surface, and then I took a step back, and I was like, ooh. Ooh. That was oogly boogly. And I'm not sure I want to participate that anymore. And I took a long break from it.
And what did you fill it with? You realize what? I apologize. I
filled it with a job, first of all.
Okay, that's good.
And then that is more productive than my other one. And I did have, a little stallion on the side,
A little something.
So to say that I had something,
Right. Something to look forward to. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
At 9:15 on a Saturday.
Right. It was a mutually satisfying, agreed upon thing. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Filling both of your times, and that felt good. Yep. Right? Mm-hmm. That was my understanding of the situation. I'm being very kind.
You are, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Nicole.
Because it's my turn next. So I'm like, let me not throw any daggers before they get thrown at me.
Maybe you don't want to fuck around.
And get fucked up. I'm like, how'd that happen? Yeah, I understand. I concur. What would be your other thing?
My other thing is that I still kind of do this is as I pick up my nails. Got a lot of nervous energy going on right now.
You do. Something's really going on here. Okay.
Using like shows or like movies or whatever as a way to escape. And then I kind of like come out of it and I'm like, shit, where'd all my time go? And then I stress.
Well, I feel like everyone does both of those to some degree. Mm-hmm. We all use comedy, movies, drama, Real Housewives, whatever, to escape our own reality for a little while, to have something to laugh. And I think that that's a healthy thing. I think anything can be a good thing.
In
right?
moderation.
And anything can be a bad thing when you overdo it or when you're neglecting other things in your life.
Right.
Right? And, I mean, that's true of anything. Food nourishes our bodies, and feels good and tastes good. And, it's all the right spots sometimes. But then, if you're overdoing it or...
underdoing it.
Yes, or not eating enough of the right foods or whatever, then it can become a negative. Anything can become a negative. Sex can feel so good.
It hit different.
Right? But if you're not being safe, if you're not protecting yourself or your partner, or if
and not even, I want to talk about that for a second. I know it's a little off topic, but by protecting yourself, we don't only mean like condoms or things like that. Like mentally,
that is very important though.
Like, yes, not saying you don't use condoms or, and diaphragms or whatever, but like being conscious about who you're having sex with is also just as important. Like mentally conscious. Like, is this person like gonna like hurt me? Like, is having sex with this person helping me or hurting me? Like,
right?
That kind of thing, like mentally.
And whatever you're into, we've said this a million times, there's nothing wrong with that. If it's consenting adults, whatever you want to do. But there's nothing wrong too with saying, you know what, I enjoyed this yesterday and today I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
For whatever reason. If you need time, take time to yourself. If your feelings have changed.
Or maybe they said something that put you a little on edge. You're like, ooh, that just doesn't sit right with me.
Whatever it is. You have a right to say no anytime. And that's true for men too. Yes. I think a lot of times we just talk about women that no means no. And I have a right. Even if we're starting something, I decide I don't want to do it, then I'm, that I don't have to do it, whatever. That's true for men too.
Absolutely.
They have every right too if they're like, you know what, this was fun on Monday, but now it's Wednesday and I'm just not feeling it anymore. And men have a right too to say, you know what, I want you to want me for more than just sex.
Absolutely.
You know what, I really believe that, and that I'm not an object. Like, I have feelings. That might not be true for everyone, but it's not true for every woman either.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And we're all human beings trying to just be, and it's okay if sometimes you just want to kind of step back and reflect and be like, where am I at? Is this working for me or not working for me? Whatever it is. I admit, big gulp, in the last 2 years, I have definitely used dating apps to escape anything I didn't want to deal with. Not just dating apps, dating, like, I'm not really feeling that great. Let me swipe a little bit.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, to get that little, that little high, that little buzz, that little endorphin rush. Oh, tell me how pretty I am, how wonderful I am. Can you take me out? Like, hell yeah. Or, I don't want to deal with any of my shit right now.
So I'm going to deal with your shit.
Right? When I quit doing dating apps, which I'm not on any dating apps, right? When I quit doing that, the next week, I don't know if everybody's phone does this, but on the iPhone, mine does it, where it says, your screen time this week.
Yeah.
And it was like, you're down 24%. And I was like, oh, damn. The only thing that has changed was dating apps, And
was that a little bit of a blow? Did that make you realize how much you were on them and how much your time was focused on it?
Yeah, kind of, and it wasn't like hours at a time. It might be a few minutes here, a few minutes there.
Yeah, but it
that
adds
kind of
up.
Thing. But it adds up. But it was really like, wow, and be 100% honest, I've been so much more productive since I haven't. Like, I've been kicking ass at adulting lately.
I've been really proud of you.
Right? I've been so focused in on so many other things. And normally, being more focused in would be like, right? But now I'm making lists and checking shit off and like doing stuff. And every day I'm like, hey, I got this done. Like, it just feels great.
Yeah.
Like, I feel empowered.
We talk to each other every day. She's like, I've already done this morning and this morning. And
right.
And I'm going to do this. And then when I call you, you've actually already done it. And it's like, that's so freaking dope. I've been really excited.
Right? I'm just like, wow, I have all this energy to do whatever I want with. And I feel so much more in control of my life. It's been a real positive. And don't get me wrong. Do
you feel more engaged with the people around you too?
I do. But more than that, I feel more in control. Because I don't think that I was ever looking for anybody's approval. But there's definitely something to that. And I have so enjoyed all the people that I've went out with. The yeses and the nos.
The good, the bads, the uglies.
Yes, right? And learned
so much. Not physically ugly. I'm talking about just not right for you. Ugly.
Yeah, and I've learned so much about myself and other people, and I've had a great time, and I so needed every single one of you. Like, thank you. Some of y'all really stand out, but but I've had a wonderful time, and it was such an eye-opener, and I so needed it after the crash and burn a couple years ago. But I'm at a different point in my life now. I'm at a different point in my life. And I feel like not being on dating apps actually gives me so much more control, and I'm so much more in the moment of what is happening right now, you know?
Yeah.
And just kind of enjoying it, you know? And kind of cutting that addiction. It was hard the first couple of days. Like, it was hard.
You was going through some withdrawal symptoms.
I was, because I was so like, oh, I have nothing to do. Let me swipe.
Yeah.
You know? Like, oh, I'm not talking to anybody. Let me talk to somebody. Oh, okay. You know? And I'm like, well.
It's like one of those things of like, when you've been on your phone a lot, you open your phone, you're like, oh, like there's nothing there, and you're like, why was I on my phone?
I have no purpose for my phone anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like a paperweight. You know? I'm talking to you, or like Nicole, you know, Darlene, Trinity, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Or the boys, like, it's like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Ain't nobody be hitting me up.
No.
Shit be dry.
And then I got my friends in like Texas and stuff. So,
that's funny.
Right.
It's a paperweight now. Oh my god.
I'm like, ugh. But no, I mean, it's a new journey. It's a new life. And then, you know, we also talked about, well, prior to that, what did we do? Like, back when I was, way back when, in a relationship, you know, what did I fill my time with then? Like, what was the thing that I used to escape? Because I really believe in some level we all do this.
Yes.
You know? And, ooh, child. It was the fixing other people.
Yeah.
Being there for everyone else, which I love that part of myself.
Yes.
But it's totally different now than it was several years ago.
Yes.
And when I was in an unhappy marriage relationship, it was unhappy for both of us. We were trying, you know. But I didn't want to deal with my own stuff. Right? So let me fix him. Let me fix the kids. Let me fix my friends.
Yeah.
Let me throw myself into my work, you know, and try and help everybody there. Let me just save everybody else so that I don't have to deal with my own stuff. And then when that ended, I was forced.
Void.
Well, no, but when that ended, I was forced to have to deal with my own stuff.
Well, as I'm saying, there was a void of your energy. Like,
yeah.
Your energy literally was like, oh,
we got to look in the mirror.
Oh, no, we got to go somewhere. Yeah. Ah, shit, I'm the first thing in the mirror I see. Oh, no.
Yeah, but it was another... Well, thankfully, I had, you know, you and Nicole and Darlene and everything to get me through that.
That laugh.
I'm like, and some special men. But it was a healing time. It was a growth time. Yeah. And I'm so happy I went through that. And like we talked last episodes, you know, I'm happy about whatever I went through to get to this point because I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. But we definitely been through some shit, you know? And you were saying you've done that before, too.
Oh, I dated vicariously through others. Like, I would help other people with their relationships and not do my own. Because I'm like, oh, that's where my energy's going. Or that's how I'm escaping into that. Like, I use that side of myself. But, I mean, I bring this question up not as like a, what am I doing wrong kind of thing. It's like a good self-reflection question to ask yourself. Like, a good check-in question. Because we do this thing at work called check-in. Where you ask someone, like, how was your day? What happened in your day? And what are your goals? And we ask them every day about that. And I think that's, like, an interesting way to look at your life. Like, check in on yourself. Like, how am I doing today? Like, you could have had an absolute shit day. You could have, like, punched people in the face, stabbed some people. Like,
damn.
Like, I'm just saying. Like, you could have, like, murdered 5 people, but in
damn, Aurora.
I'm just saying. I'm living in extremes here right now. I'm just saying. And to you, it was a good day.
Oh, my God. Now I'm pulling the blanket up over my head. Like, oh, Lord.
But to you, it was a good day. So, how you assess your life is completely up to you. Perception. It's all about perception, baby. But I've just been thinking about my life kind of that way. Like, check in on myself. Like, how's Aurora doing? She doing all right.
Right.
Aurora kind of wants to work on that a little bit.
That's being conscious. Living consciously in your life.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say a constant evaluation, But to say, at the end of the day, how am I doing?
Yeah.
How am I feeling? And then my favorite is waking up the next morning. And for me, it's going outside and doing my meditation, but to have my time of like gratitude and of what am I thankful for today. And my first thing is always that I woke up today, and like we talked last episode or the episode before about how you can restart your day anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that same thing with your life.
Yeah.
Like, it's the next chapter. It's the next thing. Like, what do you want it to be? But, it's never beating yourself up about, hey, for a while I was in escapism. And not want to deal with stuff. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, but when you recognize it's time to come out of that, a little bit at least, and where do I want to go? What do I want to do?
I just saw this picture that we have right here, and I just want to point it out because it really just me.
Mm-hmm.
Be curious, not judgmental.
Especially of yourself.
Of yourself. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when you ask those questions.
Mm-hmm. Because we give everybody else the benefit of the doubt, right? But we be so hard on ourselves.
Amen.
Talking to ourselves like we would never talk to anyone else.
I know.
Yeah.
Oof.
Deep penetration.
You got your heels hooked on your hoops, girl?
Yes, baby. Karma Sutra. I'm gonna make you my bitch.
I'll be your bitch, babe.
Good times.
Memories all alone in the moonlight.
I'll be your moonbeam.
Aww.
So.
So what else do you feel like you kind of escape in? Is there anything else? If not, that's okay. Oh, she laughed. Ooh. Oh, she don't even want to say it.
Oh my God.
I had an inkling about what you're about to say. Let me see if I'm right.
What is it?
No, you go first.
No, you tell me what you think it is. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
My immediate thought was masturbation.
It is! How did you know that?
As soon as you did that reaction,
Oh, my face
it's
hurt.
masturbation.
It's masturbation. Sometimes I'm 3 times a day.
You like a teenage boy.
Oh God, I've been up to 4 times a day before.
Oh my God.
All right. I used to fall asleep back in the day to Futurama. Right?
Same.
I love Futurama. That used to be the thing I go to sleep to all the time.
Mm-hmm. I used to put it on Netflix. Go to sleep to it. Yep.
But
it took Futurama off Netflix.
I know I got DVDs. Don't worry.
So do I.
So much alike. But my nipples are already getting hard. Okay, so
thinking about Futurama or
no, I bought my thing now that I watch pretty much every night to go to sleep. I watched it last night to go to sleep, and then I have really wild dreams. It's been the last month. Can you guess what it is?
Oh, I already know what it is. I'm sure the people know.
What is it?
It's 365.
Girl, it is.
She's been trying to get me to watch this movie, and it's not that I don't want to watch it. I do. I'm almost afraid to.
365 days. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because it's gotten you in this frenzy, and I'm like, I don't think I have time.
Right. Well, it's so many things.
And you know what happens when I'm about to do it, and then things happen.
Mm-hmm. Choices. No. So that is my thing. I'm like, I'm a little bored.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little horny. Okay, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if we talked about this or not, but
What? Okay,
no, we did. We did in some of the naughty episodes. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm horny 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, it is turned up and turned on, and like I just have the hormones are going all the time, right? And I don't have anyone in my life. So, yeah. So,
So that's your form of escapism.
I'm like, I don't know if it's escapism or is it just loving myself?
However you want to frame it, baby girl.
It's not a bad thing, is it?
No, it's not
It's
a bad
healthy for
thing.
you. It's good for you.
It
Orgasms are good for you.
I think the moment it would keep you from being productive in your normal life, I think that's when you would say you have a problem.
I would say I love myself like I would love anyone else that was in my life. I really do. It's like, I like waking up to it, you know? And I'm like, hey, I like to start my day out that way. And then it's like, I like to go to bed to it. It's a great way to fall asleep. And then in the middle of the day, I'm like, you looking cute. Who needs a lunch break?
As long as you don't do it at work, I think you're fine.
Yeah, no, I'm like, if I got time, I'm like, let's squeeze one in. Don't get me wrong, like, girl, I love me some me, right? But I would love, you know, I'm eventually going to have someone in my life, and it's going to be like that. And it's like I keep everything, you know, moving tight and right and ready, right? Anyway, so that's
not where I was expecting this conversation to go.
Where were you thinking it was going to go?
I should have known.
What? Oh. Okay, well, what's your thing?
I already said my things.
Yeah, but what is it right now?
What is it right now?
As I came into the house and you were had thousands of
oh yeah, right now it's Magic the Gathering
magic cards out, and she was making all these neat piles and putting them all in little envelopes and like
that comes from just the natural organization thing.
The OCD.
Yeah, bitch. Okay, thank you. Call a spade.
I love that about you. But is that your thing right now?
I go through hobbies. I'm a hobby bitch.
That's not a bad thing.
No. Low key, I'm not even trying to be funny. I feel like I have a touch of ADHD. Just a touch, and it's presented differently because it presents differently.
As you're twitching your eye.
Yeah, in girls than it does in boys. And it looks like an obsessive, compulsive disorder and like over talking in girls. And I'm like...
The eyes get wide. You're like, what?
Feel a little seen.
Oh.
And it's the various amount of hobbies that have been discarded and then picked back up again and discarded and picked up again.
I just think that's just a normal thing too.
Yeah.
You know, life happens and stuff.
I guess. That's like almost the lack of ability to finish a project. I have to finish something quickly. If I set it down, it won't get done until 2 months later.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up eventually. But it's going to be a minute.
Well,
that's why I'm really happy about this. I'm like, this is something that I have stuck to.
Right? And now you're dragging me and Jay and
I'll make all my friends get into
and
it.
India into it.
I'm introducing you to a whole new world. I'm not dragging you, girl. You offered. The fuck?
Well, because y'all were all going to play it, and I'm like, I've always wanted to do it too.
I want to be involved.
My geek was like, yes, let us be a part of it. And then we're playing in D&D.
A D&D campaign.
With Christian. Yeah. My son, who goes to college in New York, is like, I'll be the
dungeon master.
Yes. He's like, pull me up on the computer. Let's do this.
And I'm like, hell yeah.
Geeks unite.
I listen to the Critical Role podcast every morning before work.
For you that don't know, that is a Dungeons and Dragons
podcast.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Hell yeah, it is.
Party on.
Yeah, a former flame got me into it. I'm still watching it, even though he was a mess. He got me into the Critical Role podcast. So thank you.
Shout out.
I think you had a nickname at one point. I don't remember what it was. That's how little I think of you. But
but I held on to what counted the most.
Yeah. You may be gone, but the podcast is around.
Well, you know what, though? I think that happens a lot, too. You know, in relationships, friendships, and past jobs, anything, is that you take the bits and pieces that you enjoyed, you loved, you liked, you know, and you just kind of add them into your thing and pass them on. That's what happens in sex, too.
Yes.
As we're with someone new, we pick up different... Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Let me add that in.
Yeah.
Joking. If you haven't heard, go back and find it. There was a choking incident where I had to apologize to Aurora.
Publicly apologize to me.
Yeah, I did.
You could apologize again.
I didn't realize the power of the choke. It happened one time. It was a beautiful moment. And now we're chasing that high.
Yeah. Do you understand now?
Right? And it was just in a kiss. And it was just like a little... And I was like, oh. That was it. Yeah.
Do you understand mango now?
I do. I'm happy for you. I brought some mangoes for lunch just to tease you. And little did I know you already had them in the fridge.
I already have them in the fridge. They on lock, baby. On standby.
Let's go suck some.
No, we're going to Chick-fil-A after this.
Finally.
Yes.
Finally.
We've been talking about it for like a month.
Right? I know. I tried to get some dates to take me out to Chick-fil-A too, and they're like, it's not nice enough. I'm like, the woman is telling you. You asked where I want to go, and I'm telling you that's what I'm craving, and nobody wants to take me there. But who takes me there? My girl.
That's right.
My bestie.
I love you, bitch.
I know, right? And I didn't even say anything. She was like, if you're really good, we'll go to Chick-fil-A. And I was like, heart and kisses.
I didn't even do it like that. I was like, I was going to take your ass to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah, because I brought stuff over to cook. And I was like, fuck that shit. We're going to Chick-fil-A. I love you.
I love you, too. This is the part of the episode where Nicole and I compulsively tell each other how much we love each other.
Oh, yeah. And, hi,
Daddy. Hi. And hi, Rhea. How you doing, girl?
Girl, what up? Hugs and kisses.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. Okay.
Rhea and I had such a fun conversation the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I could talk about it on the
Why not?
podcast. It was so fun.
There's nothing we cannot talk about on the podcast.
That's fair. It has nothing to do with this topic. Maybe we should talk about it in the next podcast.
Okay, cool. Fair.
But it was really funny.
I know. It was good.
I'm going to write it down right now so I don't forget.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to tell the peoples.
Whoop!
We love you. And whatever it is that you're using to check out for a little bit, that's okay. Just make sure you always come and check back in with yourself. And love whatever you're doing. You know? Have fun. And don't forget to love yourself in every way. At least twice a day.
In the morning and the nighttime. It's like your vitamin pills.
Yes, honey. Woo! Feels so good. Feels good. Yeah.
And with that, I leave.
Okay. Well, have a great day.
Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below.
Right? Anything you want us to talk about, shoot it out.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop.
Bye.
Bye.